Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hey everyone, hi, hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is your new best friend. I'm sitting here in Pod Cabin with your husband and mine, Daniel Quantz. Hello.
Hello.
How goes it over there?
It goes great.
Fabulous. So once again, we're throwing off the whole system because normally we record this episode on a Friday, sometimes a Saturday if we have childcare, and then we also have to wedge in the news episode. Again, allow me to remind everyone that we do a weekly news show. News with Alison. That is not the song I was hoping to play. Oh, here it is.
It's the news with Alison. Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Breaking news.
Do you think anyone would subscribe to my Patreon just because they're dying to hear those theme songs?
I assume that's the only reason why they do.
I think you're right. So anyway, you can get those on Patreon. In addition to us talking about the news for an hour. Patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Do an annual subscription. You get 2 months free. Guys, we're giving you what you want. News content bookended by peppy jingles. So anyway, Elliot is in this show at his school. They do this annual show. It is a big deal. It is very long. And when you're old enough, you get to be in the finale as well, which he is. And what that means is if you're a parent, you are sitting through an extremely long, quickly put together, no offense, people who wrote it, show. And they do so it's been like rehearsal every day.
It's long. They do it 4 times.
It's long and it's relentless. So
when you say quickly put together, they work all year on it.
They do.
The people that write and put it all together. It's the kids only come in a month and a half, 2 months before and start learning the parts. But like the parents who organize this, I cannot believe how much they put into it. It's crazy.
You're a real pick-me, aren't you?
I'm just setting the record straight.
They're not going to sleep with you. That I know of. Maybe they will. I don't know.
That's right. They won't.
Everything's coming up Daniel right now. So if you want to get some of those moms, you go scoop them up, honey.
Oh, stop.
You know what? I rescind what I said about hastily put together. Some of the lines I feel don't make total sense if you really scrutinize them. However, I'm the only asshole scrutinizing them, and
Maybe you should get in on the writing committee.
Does make sense that they spend the whole year doing it because they are like changing the lyrics to popular songs to have them fit the theme or to make them not X-rated. And then there's choreography for all these different songs. It is a big fucking deal. And so hang on. God, I have nothing important to say, but
things. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm not trying to detail everything about it. Remember, Daniel, we practiced this. Top line at the beginning, and then you fill in the details. We didn't practice it, but it came up. So anyway, now I've lost it. Oh yeah, rehearsal every day this week, and then a show on Friday. So today, Thursday, is the dress rehearsal. There's a show Friday night, a show Saturday night, a show Saturday day, and a show Sunday day. It is a lot of shows, and guess who's required to attend all of them per our child? We are. Except one, I couldn't. We have tickets to 3. And then I'm volunteering at the other one. But the point is, this weekend, there's no room for recording. So we got to do it all early. Now, Daniel, tell us what I missed.
That doesn't matter.
No, I want to know.
I was just going to tell them what the show is, but which is the more interesting part.
Okay, let's hear it.
The whole thing with this is like the entire school participates, like people from each grade. No one, they don't have to, so not all kids do, but like a lot do. And when I heard about it, I thought, oh, okay, this will be just like this small little thing. Oh no, this is like the thing our school, it seems like our school is known for. And
among who? The district?
Well, people who know about the local elementary schools.
Let me give you a little insight. Nobody cares.
But our school feeds into a high school that is the high school that they modeled the show Glee after. Like singing.
I always forget that. I think every time it comes up, there's a fly in the studio that would like to be part of the show. I think every time it comes up, you say this, and then I forget it because I never watched Glee.
Point is, singing and dancing is like a big deal
in Burbank.
In Burbank, which is great because our son loves
singing and dancing.
Loves singing and dancing, which is not the way it was when I grew up. Singing and dancing was not beloved by the community.
227 is the place to
but
be.
You're so good.
With Marla Gibbs and her family.
You're so good at singing and dancing.
No kid's going to get bullied for singing and dancing at this school. Where I was. So let's just put it that way. But like, I'm happy for Elliot. Very happy for him. In some stroke of luck, we landed at exactly the right
district for us.
Yes.
School specifically. He is taking hip hop dance outside of school, and he can do a move called the freeze. Is that a known
I don't know.
move?
It's like a thing on the ground where he has both hands down and his legs like
in the air.
It's sort
position.
of a b-boy kind of hip hop.
Yeah, it's like a
break
dancing thing.
And he learned to do it in hip hop, and now in the number he's doing,
there's a moment where he does it at the end.
Well, they were like, we're all gonna like freestyle and do something, and he's like, well, I can do this thing, and they're like, oh my god! So now he's gonna, he's third grade, and fifth grade, a couple fifth grade girls were like complimenting him and like, oh, Elliot, you're so good, you know.
Yeah, and he was walking with his other third grade friend, and a bunch of fifth graders were like, Elliot! And then
the fifth graders love him.
Yeah, I know, but apparently the other friend's like, how do they know who you are?
It's like
so cute.
It is, honestly, it's bizarro world to me. It's as though this would be the equivalent of if like I was really good in football where I was from.
You mean the kind of popularity?
Yeah, like this kind of attention. You don't get this you don't become popular from singing and dancing.
Right.
But he does, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that's all happening. So we're recording early. I'm experiencing my own personal, how do I explain what I'm going through? I have to make a decision about something that in the scheme of things is not important at all. It's superficial, really. But for me, it feels big, and I will get it. And smarter people would not share it because it is inviting judgment. It's inviting shitty comments. But I gotta be me, and I have to talk about everything that I experience. It is a curse and a gift to you. And so I will share it because that is how I process, but I'm going to get to that later. First, let us find out what the people have been saying. What should we listen to while we find out? We should listen to, I need like a long drop.
You can eat a big old bag of dicks, eat a big old bag of dicks, eat a big old bag of dicks, eat a bag of dicks, eat a bag of dicks. Hey.
Sorry, are you not enjoying that?
No, I don't, but go ahead.
You don't enjoy it. All right. Craig said, great episode as usual, Alison. Thank you, Craig. Eddie Pepitone fit right in.
Yeah,
so we just had Eddie Pepitone on the Thursday show. You know, it's interesting that I don't go for known comedians, legendary, iconic comedians more often because they get offered to me periodically. And in the past, I would always, in the past, I would always just put them on a Monday show before you were like, out of my way. I'm the perpetual Monday guest. No, I would always do that. I don't know. There's for some reason I was like, the Thursday show is us not it's us no names. Not really. I don't know. I just felt like I feel like you have like an Eddie Pepitone or something. How's he gonna like mix it up with everyone? Really, I don't know what it is. I just had a block in my head. But of late, I have like we had Pepitone on, we had Proops. I've sort of been enjoying just having anyone on the Thursday show.
I think I mean, the Monday show is like a deep dive into it's an interview.
Right. Yes.
And that's good for some people. And, but it's like when you have someone like Greg Proops or Eddie, you just want to shoot the shit.
Right. Which
like,
really
it's
did.
not to mean that I don't want to hear more about their lives or whatever, but like kind of the fun of them is them riffing and being silly.
Yeah.
And, I don't
So
know.
Eddie Pepitone is so funny.
He's
I don't think
hilarious.
I realized how funny he was. I knew him because I had done the Corolla show with him, including live Corolla shows.
Oh, he was on a
few
live.
times.
He was on a live, really?
Yes, he was. Down in Irvine, I think. And so when he came in, he's like, I remember you from the Corolla show. And I said, yes. But I don't think I was that familiar with his comedy. And I listened to The Collapse, which is his most recent, it's a special. Like really it should be watched, but I listened to it. So fucking funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
So hilarious. Like absurd screwball and also angry.
Yeah.
Just really good. And then he was a delight. And then we would be remiss, I would be, if I didn't tell everyone that on his way out, he said, your husband's really funny. He said, you are too. You guys have a great thing or whatever. Great chemistry.
He said, your husband's really funny. You are too, but your husband more so.
Well, I was like an afterthought.
He's like, you're funny. You're funny too, but your husband, he's got
The goods.
He's got the goods.
And then also on Spotify, CDB says, get off your conspiratorial high horse, Huntsberger.
What was that about?
I have no idea.
Did he get on a conspiracy high horse? I don't remember what we were talking about.
I don't know. I feel like that comment is not necessarily
Was it
sincere.
some technology base?
Probably.
I think he's like a bit of a Luddite. He's way more.
He does. He doesn't have an iPhone.
Yeah, right. He's way more.
He still has he still gets BlackBerries.
He's way more anti-tech than I am, for sure.
The concern about surveillance and Big Brother.
Yeah, that he was.
Is genuine. It's a good thing to be concerned about, but it's too complicated to worry about it. So I say, here's all my personal info.
I know.
You and I are both like that.
I know. I recently gave Google Gemini access to like all my Gmail and everything.
Are you serious? I turned that off.
I don't care. Like I don't care. Like it's Google. They already have my Gmail.
You're
like,
right.
Why? And
That's like the IRS. It's like, should I give the IRS my social security number?
It's like if Google wants that information, they already have the information.
Wait, for what? Like Smart Compose and stuff?
Gemini will. So I'm trying to think. Sorry for the pause. I think it may be the only one where you can do like smart memory, where it basically like from chat to chat. So there's two things it'll do. From chat to chat, it'll remember what you've been talking about, which can be very annoying because like you can make an offhand question like, and what about this? And then it'll think that it'll bring that up in later chats. But
that is annoying.
It can be annoying. It can also be really helpful because it will remember things about you and bring that context to a question. So let's say, well, whatever. But with the Gmail thing, I can say like, this is just a for example. I mean, this is not necessarily something I would do.
No.
But if you were to say like, hey, Gemini, what would be a good skincare routine? I would never do this.
No.
I'm way too masculine and really.
Daniel, you have an evening fragrance.
But it's a very macho evening fragrance.
It is, yeah.
It's ball sweat.
Yeah.
So I'll go like, okay, I am, how old am I? 32.
You're 32.
Plus 32 plus.
Plus how much?
20. I am 52. I have had basal cell, cancerous whatever on my face. Okay, so given that, I go, hey, Gemini, you are like because actually when you do these prompts, you have to tell it what it is, and it'll actually, whatever. I'm not fucking teaching a class on how to prompt AI in here. What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
But it sounds weird. Whatever. I go like, tell me what the recommended skincare routine is for keeping my skin healthy and also, fighting precancerous cells.
So when I ask it about fish stuff, I should be like, you're a world-class aquarist.
Well, yes, if you say, you should
how's it going to
direct
answer
it
differently then?
It'll because it trains on different sets of information and it shapes its personality and its research according to what you give it and how you talk to it and what you tell it. So, whatever. I always am like, you're a world-class like researcher of, the latest science about this, that kind of thing. You'll get better results, whatever. Point is, I say, tell me what the routine is based on what I have.
What you have, like what products you have?
And it knows what I have.
Because it goes into
it goes into my Gmail and sees all of my fucking receipts. And so I don't have to sit there and like type in. It just knows all the products that I have and gives me a full like routine, that kind of thing. Again, I would never do that.
Well, if we coordinated it with mine, then it could find out what products I already have so you don't double buy them, which happens sometimes, frequently.
What is this, an intervention?
Remember when you tried to intervention me?
Oh my God. The day after you confessed about your problem with heat pads.
So it's called toasted skin syndrome. And if you are in front of a heat source for too long, ladies by the stove used to get it many years ago. And now you can get it from
you
here.
Sleep with fucking heat pad on.
I sleep with a
weighted heat
pad. And again, this is a repeat for
You're
anyone.
basically a rotisserie person.
No, I'm cooking one side.
Just one side.
Yeah. So,
you're a toaster on bagel setting.
I shared this on the Eddie Pepitone episode. For a while now, people have periodically, like, articles will come up about toasted skin syndrome, which it's called like erythema abney-ig or something, or ibagni or something, and I forget. Which literally stands for like cooking your skin or something. I got to find out what it actually stands for because it's something where I was like, oh wow, erythema abney. Yeah, let's see what it is. It's a persistent net-like red to brown rash. Okay, I would like to know what it stands.
Net-like.
Like lacy, like my mom had right before she died.
But it's the blood cells and the capillaries.
Yeah, it's some kind of vascular changes. Oh yes, it is a Latin term that translates to redness from fire. Isn't that gnarly?
I wonder. Yeah, like I guess it was
ladies in front of the fire used to get it.
Yeah, interesting.
So anyway, people keep sending this article to me, and I've been like, somehow I don't. First of all, it's worth it, and second of all, I don't have it yet. But then I noticed, I am beginning to develop it a little bit since I switched to the weighted heat blanket.
And so then you were like,
heat pad.
I'm gonna stop using heat pads. And
according to what I've read online, ChatGPT, is that it's totally reversible. It's so early, it's reversible if I completely stop the heat source.
And so then the next day, I go outside because there's a package delivery, and it's a fucking another heat pad. And I bring it in. It's like you're buying more heat pad. Like there's a heat pad coming to the house every day. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. There is nothing I will do to help you continue with your heat padding. But there's nothing I won't do. to help you stop your heat
literally-
padding.
You held it and you looked at me. You said, "Do we need to have an intervention?" You know, I was thinking about it. I haven't fired up the new one. I've just been using the old one on a lower setting, and I've been lifting it higher because I was getting it on the tops of my legs. So now I'm just putting it on my abdomen.
Yeah, you just need to even it out so that your whole body becomes this weird netting pattern.
It's very light. Okay.
That feels like the kind of thing body mod people would do.
Yeah, you can also get it from the warmth of your laptop on your legs all the time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I have not gone cold turkey. And then I was thinking about it. Is it really an addiction?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I don't know.
And is it bad? And are there such things as addictions that aren't bad?
I think it's a not an addiction, but a what's the
Habituation?
word? No, a dependency.
Yes.
But not an addiction, but you're just
But
dependent
what's
on
the difference?
Well, you're not I think addiction has a specific.
Well, I guess addiction would be if you. Addiction is like there's negative physical effects from like your body is compelling you
Right.
to have more,
Whereas, like, this is
and
just
it
more
can't.
like
Your body can't.
This is like
do-
a security blanket.
It is so much like a security blanket. I mean, you heard the way I described it on the show. I described it as like being held by a kind mother. It is like the ultimate in nervous system regulation, in self-soothing, in feeling calm in a crazy world, all that stuff. And so I do look forward to it every single night. And the idea of not having it feels painful and cruel. But it's like, so then I was thinking, you know, given that I am someone who quit drinking, I don't touch anything anymore. I don't touch drugs. I don't, you know, I know my way around addiction. And so I was like, oh, this does have components of addiction. And what am I? Usually an addiction is a way to not face something. So what is it that I'm not facing by wanting to have the heat pad? I don't know though, because I also know, so, you know, I've been around some 12 steps, different rooms, but never done all the steps. And as someone told me, you left before the magic happened.
Oh my God, what's the magic?
On the 11th step, a magician comes in.
No, but what do they really mean though?
Oh,
Is there some sort of
transformation that happens? I mean, do you know what the steps are really? It's really, really going deep on who you are, the things in your life that you feel bad or guilty about, places you've caused people pain, making amends when it won't hurt the person to do so, taking a fearless moral inventory, that's what they call it. So you're like writing down all of your negative traits and talking about it. I think it's much bigger than all that. But I think in the process of it, I imagine people are able to let go of a lot of guilt that's keeping them in their addiction, because it's like giving you a framework for really addressing it and feeling like you've cleaned it up.
I mean, that's probably I could see how that's a good thing. You should do that.
That's my assessment of what goes on in some of the steps. I've not heard anyone else say that, but just when I think about what that must mean to like going all the way back, think of things in your life that you feel where you hurt someone.
Is the idea that addiction is connected to guilt?
No, I've never heard someone say that, but just when I think about how it functions, but there's so much more. There's more than all of that. And you work with another person, and there's a lot of journaling, and it's like the artist's way, but for addiction. I've never done the artist's way either.
You know,
But anyway.
I have my own program. It's called Suck It Up. How about that?
It's like cry it out for adults.
It's real quick. You can come here for free coffee and donuts, but it's a quick meeting. I just tell you to suck it the fuck up.
Yeah. Should I do that with my heat pad?
I mean, just stop using it.
But I don't want to.
Just stop.
But I don't want to.
I know. That's the problem.
I know. What do I gain by not?
Have you ever heard of the AMCC part of your brain?
Nope.
It's
Is it corpus callosum?
no, I forget what it's called. It's like the amygdala mid blah 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 blah. Uh-oh, there's a child.
Oh no. Is it ours?
Yes.
Is he making his way to us?
It's the older one.
Oh.
It's like
That's fine.
Our child, the elder. Why don't we pause and
No, let's let him come on.
well, I don't know if he's coming out.
Oh, is he just staring
Maybe
at you?
he's letting the dog out. I don't know. Oh no, there are no dogs. What is he doing? It's like he's being talked to right now.
Maybe he is being talked to.
And I think he needs something, but he's being
let's
told
pause.
not to. So
Let's
we
pause.
need to.
And we're back. We were talking about the heat pad. We were talking about 12-step.
Oh no, I was talking about this thing in your brain.
Oh yes, the AMC.
And it is a it's like a behind your frontal cortex or something like that. I think it's right behind there, and it basically is this intermediary between your limbic system and your intellectual like frontal cortex.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the part of your brain that forces you to do things you don't want to do.
Anterior mid-cingulate cortex.
That's it. And it's actually like a muscle. It can get stronger or weaker. It can actually get bigger or smaller. People who have very weak willpower have smaller ones, and people who have very strong willpower, they have bigger ones. And they're actually it's like it's fungible. You can exercise it. And you clearly have a very small.
Have you thought that before?
Tiny little weak one.
Have you thought that before?
About you?
Yeah.
No, I think you have the ability to do things you don't want to do, but I think there are certain areas where it just isn't. You feel like it's not worth it.
Oh, I'd like to hear where you think that
like
is.
with a heating pad.
Yeah, but that doesn't come from having a weak thing in my brain. That comes from I just love the heat pad. No, sorry, I was being silly. It comes from I'm not convinced that the cost is great enough. So my skin gets a little lacy. Big whoop. No one sees
But it
that
can
part
also
of my
cause
thighs.
cancer.
Well, the chance of it turning into cancer, pre-cancer, is tiny.
Okay.
It's tiny. Like I feel
All
like
right.
it's
Well, I mean,
negligible. If you're a doctor and you're Dr. Angela, what do you think?
I guess maybe I overestimated how important it was to stop.
I might have allowed you to overestimate
If
it.
it's not that big a deal, then never mind. But if it's the kind of thing where
But
you
if
really
there's-
should stop and you can't, then I would suggest you need to practice doing things that are uncomfortable.
Well, I think I do a lot of uncomfortable things.
I know you do,
but I
not
think
in this case.
Right. I think the case hasn't been made to me for why it's imperative that I stop. That's where we are.
Yeah.
When someone makes the case, I've said this before. Everyone tried to get me to wear sunscreen. And then for some reason, when I went to one dermatologist, she said, "Do you wear sunscreen?" I said, "No, I know I should." She's like, "You really have to all day, every day." For some reason, something clicked, and I have literally worn it every day since.
Yeah.
I'm religious about it now. My religion is SPF. I'm SPF-lick.
Yeah.
SPF-ish?
You're Ben SPF-lick.
Yes. And I don't know what my point was. Yeah, I guess I'm not convinced that this is something that I really need to. But back to the addiction part of it, or the habituation dependency part of it. If there is something that I need to do every day that bad, and if I don't, it's like I mean I could get through it, but it sounds like struggling. Like that does feel like an addiction.
Yeah. I will say this. People who are successful like you are people who have willpower. Like there's no way to be successful and not have a willingness to do uncomfortable things and
But here's the problem. And thank you for saying I was successful. I think that I had an enormous willingness to do uncomfortable things when I was younger, and I've been coasting ever since. Because now I'm like, I've aged out of that level of discomfort.
I don't know. I think 90% of being a parent is doing things you don't want to do or that are unpleasant.
Yeah, but I think that haven't you felt that like if I had more drive, I would be more like Oprah and less like me?
Well, I don't know that anyone can be Oprah, but
on the Oprah trajectory though. Maybe the
closer.
scale.
If Oprah's like one end of the scale, yeah, you may be closer to Oprah. I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess if you had more drive, you could have built this into something bigger. This being whatever your media career.
Yeah.
But that comes with a cost.
Yeah.
And, I think that like the people I've known who have that drive and who do that, like they're not people you really want to hang with. You can admire their career. You can enjoy what they put out into the world, and that's great for them.
They are working all the time.
But they work all the time. They don't have
it's a different kind of.
So it's like, I don't know.
They're a
it's,
different breed of
and for
human.
what? And for what? Like, we're comfortable and we have a good life.
Yeah.
It's like, is it for
A
ego?
little more. We could do a little more. Well, that's been the real catch that has hobbled me. Is that I think once I realized how much am I just doing things for validation versus like I've talked about it before, but like wanting my own TV show. Do I want my own TV show or do I want to be a person who's given a TV show? And they're two very different things.
Even if you get a TV show, like making it, it's hard enough to get a TV show, but then the people who get TV shows, the ones who are successful with their TV shows are even fewer. Like it's
no one. It's no one.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And even the least successful TV show is an enormous amount of work. Like,
right.
It's just, I don't know. Is it worth it? I guess like, I guess if what you
I'm
want.
not going to turn it down, but I also don't seem to be pursuing making anything like that happen anymore.
Yeah.
I might get back to it. I feel like I'm in, a trance. Look, I had children. That was hard. And then my parents died. And now I know there was a spate of years in between, but I just feel like there's been so much going on that I'm now returning. And look, since returning to work mentally, we have hung a number of colors on the wall.
Yeah, colors have been hung on the wall. I mean, like people say you're doing nothing, and it's like there are literally colors on the wall.
Do you know how many colors I have purchased?
Yeah, more than 3. More, honey,
I mean,
more than 5.
Enough that I almost got free shipping if I had just ordered a couple more. And not just that, though. I have also purchased acoustic wood panel samples.
See, this is the kind of shit people need to know about.
And also other wood samples. So shit is happening. Okay, this is how it starts. Do you remember when? Yeah, shut your yappers. Do you know how Johnny Carson started?
Podcasting.
Colors on the wall of his podcast studio.
That's right.
But here's the thing. Right now, there's so many blues, and I don't think it works for me. My face.
And how we couldn't have known that if you hadn't
I didn't hung all the blues. I miss my meat, my prosciutto core aesthetic when I had browns and reds hanging around the room.
Those weren't good.
Why are you grimacing?
I didn't like that.
But I did.
Well, it doesn't matter.
All right. We have a call.
Hey, Allison. Hey, Daniel. This is Rich from New Jersey. I'm out walking the dog and listening to your latest Monday episode where we talk about how muscly and fit your husband is.
Oh, boy.
And I am slightly jealous. I am recovering from open heart surgery right now, so I'm trying to work my way back up to muscly and fit. But, the rehab road is somewhat long. But yeah, 9 to 5 used to be a thing because you used to work 9 to 5 and you got paid for lunch. So you got a 40-hour work week at some places. Some places paid you a half an hour. So you got 37 and a half, but it still counted as full time. But a lot of places I used to work, 3, but it was an 8-hour workday, 9 to 5, and you got an hour lunch and it was paid. That was before we decided that profit must get higher every quarter, I guess. And they'll be damned if they're going to pay people to go out and have a hamburger. So you'll work 9 to 6 and be happy about it. Plus you'll get your hour off in the middle of the day. So, yeah, not great. I work an 8-hour workday now, but I only get a 20-minute lunch, but it is paid. So it's something. It's not great, but it's something. So that's it. Rich from New Jersey, signing off.
Open heart surgery.
I know. Well, thanks for
Rich.
calling in, Rich. We're gonna need to know what kind of work you do.
Did Rich go to Japan for his open heart surgery, I wonder?
Oh my God! I bet that clinic that did Wendy's heart is really good with people's heart
those
too.
people were incredible.
They were very
I'm,
good.
I am wishing you the best recovery, Rich.
Yeah.
That's a pretty intense surgery.
So it's been long enough that I've been an hourly wage person that I didn't realize you don't get paid for lunch now.
I mean, I guess
true?
it makes sense. Because I've been salaried, so I never thought about it, but I suppose it makes sense that you're getting paid for 8 hours. You're actually at work for 9 hours. You know, you're just not getting paid for 9 hours. You're getting paid for 8, and the lunch is your time.
I used to always, I always worked at jobs where we would, or often where we would just eat at our desk.
Well, that I always did. I mean,
But those are salary positions.
I might go get lunch and then
Yes.
bring it back, and Jesus, I'm so fucking happy I don't have to do that anymore.
But so frequently it would be kind of a working lunch. So, want to know something? Sometimes I like to think about things that I did a long time ago that I feel really stupid about. One of them, I've shared it on the show before. When I moved to New York, this woman that I knew who was a publicist and then worked at 17 Magazine, and that's how I wrote for 17 Magazine, invited me to a party at her house. It was a party where we played Taboo. It was very fun.
Oh my God. Was this your favorite party ever?
Of the 6 parties I've been to in my life, this was number 1. I've been to more than 6 parties, but it was a pretty good time. I think of myself as someone who, I think of myself as someone who other people see as always late. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I assume I am working against the notion that I'm always late, because for some reason in California I am always late. In New York I was always on time. California I was always late. It has something to do with the car. It has something to do with
You don't know how to estimate the travel time.
Well,
in LA into your prep.
It's not that I don't know how, it's that I just don't quite do it.
Okay.
Like in New York, everything takes an hour to get. You build it in because you have no control over it. Somehow here it's like, oh yeah, I can get there in 2 minutes, whatever. And then the getting out the door and somehow the car just adds a lot of time. And don't get me started on the phone. The phone is the real. But I was late before phones. So I was like, I'm not going to do that thing that I always do and be late. So I was very early. I was like
to the taboo
hour
party
to her house. I was like an hour
That's
and a
a
half
real
early.
taboo.
I was like an hour and a half early.
Was she like, this isn't a taboo party, like do something
Right.
taboo?
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember like sitting on her couch.
Oh, that's awkward. Why didn't you just loiter out front?
Because I was like,
Go to
I don't
Starbucks or
know. I don't know. I didn't. My brain was unformed. I was in my early 20s.
How early were you?
Like an hour and a half. Or maybe just an hour. I was like an hour.
Crazy.
I know.
Wait, why were you so early?
Because I didn't want to be late.
But undershooting it by an hour is actually crazy.
I know. That's why I can't live it down. That's why I want to
You should write her as part of your making amends. You should write
I'm
her
not
an
doing
email.
a step, but
But you
if I
should.
were, I know.
told you need to do it.
am tempted to reach out to her and say, I can't stop thinking about the fact that I showed up to your house an hour and a half or an hour
can
early. I'm so sorry.
Pause.
Can I tell you what happened when I got there, though?
Yes, I want to hear that, but like, don't let me forget. And the only reason I interrupt all the time is because I forget.
I get it.
So,
What do you need to say?
well, what if somebody did that? Like, what if you did do that? Like, if somebody sent you an email about something that some stupid trivial
Yeah.
thing like that they did to you 20 years ago.
I would assume.
What
they're
would you
doing
think
it.
of that person
I
in that
would
email?
think they're doing the steps.
No, for real? Or would you just be like amused? Or would
No.
you be like, this is awkward?
I
Like,
would literally. I have received an email like that, although he did owe me an apology, but it wasn't that much. But But I assumed it was part of a step. Actually, that was my assumption.
So the assumption is this person's getting sober.
For some reason, with this situation, I did assume.
So, like, I'm not getting sober, but if I was like, you know what, I'm going to settle all my accounts.
Yeah.
I'm going to, no matter how small, no matter how ridiculous, so that I don't ever have to think about it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to send that person an email about some awkward thing I said at a party that they have never thought about. If you got that email, you'd be like, oh, they're getting sober.
I don't know. It depends. It depends. I might just think, oh, this person needs to let things go.
Would you feel a little awkward for the person? Would that be me creating a new thing that I would then later have to send an email about?
If you do it wrong. If you do it wrong, yes, it would be.
An endless, what is it? The endless recursive...
Infinite regress?
What's the Nietzsche's infinite return?
Oh.
Anyway, go ahead.
So anyway, I get there. I think her husband opened or her boyfriend at the time opened the door and was like, oh, she's in the shower. Come on in.
Oh my God.
And
I want to die for you.
I want to die for me. And I sat on the couch.
Oh my God. Just your awkward self just sitting there.
Such an awkward. And I was like, I was a large.
Ready for that party.
I was large and awkward.
Ready to party. This girl is ready for her party. Where is my party is what you were saying.
I think I was wearing a long gray skirt and probably like a probably a fake velvet long sleeve shirt, even though it was hot out. And I probably had like some kind of black choker necklace and a lot of makeup on.
Just ready to party.
Yeah. And he offered me some of his sushi that he was like eating pre-party. It wasn't party food. It was just his dinner. And I think I had one roll and it was spicy. And then I sat there for, 55 minutes feeling so silly. And the reason I feel the problem with that whole situation is, and this is where people get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I was not responding to what was going on in the moment. I was responding to a version of myself. And this is where people go wrong. This is why are you distracted? And it's okay.
Sorry, I got it.
You got a work thing?
Yeah, can you give me 1 second?
I can. Guys. Oh, I know what I can do right now. I can tell everyone about one of my favorite places to refresh your home decor, your organization, your home projects, your kids' spaces, your work from home setup, and that is WAYFAIR. I have been shopping at WAYFAIR for a long time. When I need a rug, I go to WAYFAIR. When I need furniture, I go to WAYFAIR. I have not yet purchased a couch on WAYFAIR, but I know people who have. They've been happy. I have purchased a bed. For years, I slept on a mattress on a box spring, and then one day I said, no, I'm an adult. I shall get an adult bed. Enter WAYFAIR. WAYFAIR makes it simple to narrow down exactly what works for your style and budget. So yeah, they have an amazing filtering. You can do it based on style, budget, color. I'm a person, let's say I'm looking for a rug. I'll just type in like rug and then, 2,000 results. And I would like to go through all of them. But eventually I get to a point where I say, I'm going to narrow it down. And their search feature is so excellent. I recently purchased a runner for the hall in front of the kids' rooms. And it is my favorite hallway in the house now. This runner has completely revitalized the hall. In its amazing colors as well. Find furniture, decor, and essentials that fit your unique style and budget. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's wayfair.com, WAYFAIR.com. WAYFAIR, every style, every home. What were we talking about?
You were talking about
the party. Okay, Tony, we're going back. Yes. So the problem was I was relating to, it was all about me. I was like, I don't want to be the person who's late. I'm going to be early, as opposed to thinking like, in this moment, what's the appropriate action?
Yeah.
And I feel like my parents did that a lot. They were like, we don't want to be the kind of parents who do X, Y, Z. We want to be the kind of parents who do this. Like they didn't want to be like, other Orange County parents, or they didn't want to be like their own parents or whatever. So I'm going to define myself this way. I'm going to do this. And it's like, okay, but I am part of this equation.
Can you give an
you're
example?
not relating to me. You would think I would be able to, but I'm struggling to come up with one on the
You
tip
just know
of
the
my
pattern.
tongue. Yeah, I just saw it a lot. But I can't. Maybe one will come to me. I'm having trouble. I feel like they were constantly just doing the opposite of what they felt that their parents did, but not.
But they had some pretty crappy parents, right?
They had awful parents,
So that's not a bad thing.
right? But they. So my dad didn't. He really struggled to say no to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what he would say is, look, I can't tell you what to do, but you need things from me. You still need things from me. And I'm not saying today, I'm not saying tomorrow, I won't do them, but I will just be less inclined. I just might be less inclined to do things if you do this. I just have to be honest with you. And
Like, what would you be asking for in this situation? Is this like,
I don't know, parenting? I have no idea. I was a child
wow.
or a teenager. But the thing he wouldn't want me to do was he didn't want me to go to a Grateful Dead concert because he thought it was unsafe, which is nuts.
That's probably actually smart.
You
How
think?
old were you?
I was a freshman in college.
Oh. Well, by that point, you're fine.
I went, but I
I'm thinking
felt
like high school. You shouldn't be going to a Grateful Dead concert, but
I went, but I felt like I was defying my parents the whole time.
He had a particular fear of drugs, though, right? Like he was really afraid you guys would get into drugs.
Well, I don't know. My brothers got into drugs when they were young, and that was a whole.
Because that's the fear with a Grateful Dead concert.
My
is
brothers were big deadheads, and they got into drugs. So
Yeah.
that was. But they would say that what they did was fine. It was the 70s or the 80s, and
Well,
that's
of
what
course
people were
they'd
doing.
say that.
He felt he like flew off the handle and went insane.
I'm just
over
saying
it.
where
He had a
he's coming
complete
from,
overreaction.
why your dad was uptight about it.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But just anything.
Maybe he'd heard their music.
Anything. He would say like, you still need me. You want things from me, and I'm just going to be less inclined. But it's like, this is probably because his parents were like, no, you can't. And so he's not going to be that way. But it wasn't about what is an effective way to parent in this situation.
Right.
Because that just felt like someone dropped a puzzle, a brain fucky puzzle in my lap. It was like, oh, now I'm paralyzed and frozen.
Right.
Like your parents, you can make, I mean, not when I'm in college really, but like you can make rules.
Right.
It's easier for a kid to understand.
Don't set traps.
Yes, set limits, not traps.
Yes.
We have another call.
Hey.
That was so rich. I played it again.
Hi, Allison and possibly Daniel. This is Kristen calling in from Virginia, and I'm calling to give you a suggestion for a new theme song for your news show. And it's just a tiny tweak to your old one. And it goes like this. It's the news with Allison and Daniel. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Breaking news. All right, that's it. Again, this is Kristen from Virginia, and love the show. Bye.
See how easy it is, Allison? But no, Allison can't be bothered.
I was going to play the no dice, but I couldn't find it fast enough. Let's see how it goes. If we're still doing this in some time,
I'm still in the trial period.
if we're still doing this down the road, then we can consider, opening up the files and changing the song. Okay.
I mean, the problem is Trap Dog, who did the theme, is not, we wouldn't want to ask him to redo it.
He's retired.
He's retired
from doing
jingling.
music for me, although that's not how he presented it. I don't know. He might have really retired.
I mean, I think he's working on Whitney Cummings' show now.
But it wouldn't be hard for Tony to just lay in the and Daniel if we just record that. Wait, there was something else I was going to share
Doing
though.
that robot and Daniel.
There was something else. Wait, let's play it and you do the and Daniel, okay? But there was something else I was going to say.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
No.
Well, then I will.
It's the news with Alison.
And Daniel.
Alison Rosen's your best friend. Breaking news.
I like.
That's a good idea.
Was it Kristen?
Yeah.
I like how Kristen also pronounced it breaking news.
Is that what she said?
She did.
She said breaking news?
Because that's how he pronounced it. I don't know if it's bringing news or breaking news. I've heard it 1,000 times.
I know.
have no idea.
No, and we'll never know. Wait, there was something else I was going to share though that was similar to showing up for the party really early. It was something else where I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Well, it'll come to me. All right, now is the time where I share what's going on with me.
I thought you already did.
What did you think it was?
Did we not already talk about your whole
My
thing?
heat pad? My face? We
Yeah.
haven't talked about my face, not this new wrinkle. I've talked with you about it. Okay, listen, guys. My nose job is coming. Why are you so exhausted?
And I've already heard all about it.
But they haven't. Do you want to take a walk outside while I talk to them? Guys,
This would be a good time for me to do my work.
my nose job is coming up, okay? So my doctor's in New York. So I had my second virtual consult yesterday. I will see him in person the day before. And I had mentioned to his surgical coordinator that I would like to ask him about facial fat grafting. For anyone who doesn't know, there is now, instead of just putting filler in, I've never done filler, I've been afraid of it, but sometimes they'll take a little bit of your own fat and then they'll inject it in your face. And it's supposed to look really natural and good. And it's like, it's permanent 'cause it's your own face, So I've been looking at my face lately, at the early aging of my lower face, and they're called marionettes. They're the nasal. Actually, I don't know. The marionettes might be from the corners of your mouth to your chin.
Yes.
These lines, the
The
ones
nasolabial fold.
nasolabial folds is what they are. They're like the gigantic half circles on the side of your
As your
from your
skin-
nose to your chin.
Your skin loses collagen, it just starts to droop.
Are you saying collagen? Collagen.
Did I say collagen?
It sounded like it to me, but also breaking news sounds fine
I think
to
I
me.
did say collagen.
I think
I
you
think
might
that's
have.
how I pronounce it.
Well, full disclosure, I heard you say it earlier too, and I thought the show's the time that I'll make it
Is
feel
there
weird
something
about it.
else? Collagen?
Calories.
Like, why do I pronounce it that way? I know how it's spelled.
I don't know. There was a whole email where I spelled hollow Hallo.
So weird. Anyway, collagen.
I spelled hollow Hallo repeatedly.
The fat in
and
your
then my
cells.
friend said, "Are you taking the piss?" And I was like, "Well, who's British now? That's weird."
So you get the jowls and the nasal labial.
Yeah.
That's what happens to everybody.
Yes, it is. So I'm like, what if they just put a little bit of fat in the piriform, which is this like triangle on either side of your nose, because they don't fill in the nasolabial folds anymore because that gives you like a weird look. They fill the piriform and then under by the chin, the hollows. I was like, what if I just get a little bit of fat put in there and then, I'm going to be out anyway. And I would rather, why are you giving me?
I'm just imagining the philosophy of like, as your skin starts to get looser and therefore like the surface area gets bigger, right?
Yeah.
Of your skin, they just
Fill it.
fill it so that it's always taut. So
Well,
basically your face would just keep getting.
That's how people get pillow face. That's how you get distorted and pillow facey.
Have you seen Ryan Gosling lately? This is tragic.
No,
ahead.
I haven't. But I can't wait.
Lots
so
of
anyway, I have had this like I won't do filler thing. And recently I've been like, I think I'm going to break my seal. Maybe I will try filler because there's a lot. Like when I look at pictures of myself, it's not my nose that gets me. It's the hangdog appearance of my lower face. And also like my mom, who would never do anything aesthetic. I mean, she use skincare, but like she would never consider anything.
I wonder if she hadn't been married to your dad, though, if she would have.
Probably because she grew up in a house that was very looks oriented.
And in Orange County.
She grew up in a house that is very looks oriented, and then my dad was like, "That's all bad."
Yeah, I think
like,
it was
that's
your
all
dad.
bad.
Your dad's influence kept her from ever like.
I'm sure because her mother had a facelift. His mother had her eyes done. Like they did these things. So anywho, I asked him about the fat grafting, and he said, he's like, what you need is a lift. And I like pulled, as we all do of a certain age, when you pull your face back to approximate how it would look if it wasn't sagging. And he said, I mean, that looks bonkers. He literally said, that looks bonkers beautiful. Bonkers beautiful. Again, he's a cool guy.
I mean, it is bonkers beautiful.
Yeah, it looks bonkers beautiful. But so what he said is he would just do, what you need is a lift. And once the cheek is back where it should be,
where it should be.
Yeah. On the back of my head, then he would know exactly how much fat to put in, because if he doesn't want to just fill me without lifting, because then you can get really heavy in the lower face. And you need like a ton of fat. Like basically, essentially, it's the lift that I need. It's not filling. And he just did a mid facelift rhinoplasty on someone, and it worked out beautifully. And it would be an hour and a half on each side of my face. The scars would go like around my ear, and then around my ear. And I was like, would I have drains? Because the stuff I watch on TikTok, it's like it's gnarly and there's drains and stuff. And he like laughed and said no. So I don't know what I stumbled
like one
upon.
Of those crazy facelifts,
right? It's not. It is, but the notion of adding 3 hours of surgery and a facelift, that word is so big to me. And in my mind, I wasn't like, I'll never do a facelift, but that's like a definitely down the road kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And there's this kind of facelift and this kind, and so to just have like, this is like on your way out of the grocery store being like, I'm going to get this issue of Us magazine and some mints, to just be like casually I'm going to grab a facelift from the end cap.
It's like after you've checked out, they say, oh, by the way, you want to take advantage of this
facelift offer?
You can get a facelift. You want to add that to your order?
Do you want to know the most impulsive thing I did recently?
What?
I signed up for a free trial of The Atlantic because there were 2 articles I wanted to read.
I subscribed to The Atlantic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
God damn it. See, you complain. You complain. Oh my God, honey. You complain.
Oh. Have you already purchased me a facelift? Because I don't want to double up.
I have.
So anyway, I signed up for The Atlantic. I didn't read it except for this article.
Okay.
And then I had a note on my calendar for the day I needed to cancel. And that day, at the crack of dawn, I got an email saying my card had been charged. So I said, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. So I called them up to reverse it. And the woman said, let me ask you a question. Did you enjoy the magazine? And I said, honestly, I didn't read it at all. And she's like, oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if you would like to have it, I could give you, I could give you $35 off. And I said, oh, so it'd be $45? She's like, yeah. And I thought about it and I said, you know what? I will do that. And that was super duper impulsive. And I was like, this is living, except.
Let that be a lesson to you.
What a stupid thing I did, because you already have it.
Well, I'll cancel
We
mine.
have got to get on this.
Yours is probably cheaper.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
So I'll cancel mine.
But we need to get on the same page with skincare and subscriptions.
We should just have like a master list of all subscriptions and things.
And all skincare.
All right. Listen, here's what I think.
Okay.
I don't think you need this.
You don't?
I've never looked at you and thought, yeah, she could probably, I'm not going to say anything. But no, you look great. Mm-hmm. You're very pretty.
Thank you.
The only thing is maybe you could get an eyebrow shuffle or an eyebrow reshuffling. But, if you wanted to do it, I would just say like you need to make sure that you are 100% okay with the choice to do it and not feel like rushed into it, because it's not the kind of thing that one should feel rushed into. It's a big deal. Oh, and also the risk, I've told you this, the risk with this kind of thing is facelift creep.
And looking creepy.
It's like every few years, it's like, oh yeah, you're not getting a major facelift. It's just, what do they call it? Like a
nip and tuck?
No, but there's another term for
Mid
this.
facelift?
Yeah, it's just like a little.
Yeah.
It's just like a little, but it's like, yeah, but if you get it every 2 years, in 8 years, you look like Nicole Kidman. You look like a Muppet.
Well, the
plan
is not to do it every 2 years. That's insane.
Well, you know what I mean. So it's like, I think that it's just the kind of thing where, because I think what happens is,
you get dysmorphia.
Well, I think what happens is like they'll get the first one and they're like, I look fucking great. Oh my God, I just shaved 10 years off of my face, and then inevitably, a few years pass, age continues to roll on, and it's like they remembered and they go, I can just do that again, but there's diminishing returns. The corners of your mouth get closer to your ears.
Well, I mean, that is a question. If I do it now, is that going to make, if I were to do it in 10, 15 years, is it going to make it worse? Is that one going to be worse? But I don't think so.
No, it's not going to be. No. Oops. I'm not saying it's going to be worse. I'm saying that like none are going to have as much of a positive. If you did it, you'll look like, you'll probably look terrific. But for me, the fear is that then you'll be more tempted to do another one later, and that one won't have the same. It won't be as good because now you're pulled
skin.
Or I don't know. That's just the fear. That's my fear. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but.
I mean, they say no, but this is like,
maybe there's really great. See, the thing with plastic surgery,
it's getting better every minute.
Well, that's true, but it's also like everyone goes, I don't like that look. Yeah, that's because you're looking at bad plastic surgery. Like, there's so many people who get it. Like Emma Stone has got it. She looks amazing.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, but
it just.
But if you do this, I'm getting it. I'm gonna match every. That's the deal. You can do whatever you want, but I'm matching each surgery you get.
So the pros are, I think I would like the result. Like if I could, if the deal was you could snap your fingers and you could have a nose you like better and much less jowling, I would do in a heartbeat. I would do that. But I remind myself, you're not snapping your fingers. It is surgery. And there's no guarantee. So what if I look good, but in a weird way? Like, what if my face, you know how faces begin to stop looking like faces?
Yes.
Like, what if I have a
Jim
face?
Carrey, everyone's thinking that he's
not
a
him.
fucking.
That's a makeup artist.
Oh, did that turn out not to be him?
I think it's a makeup artist who put on prosthetics to look like Jim Carrey.
Oh, is that right?
But still.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't see that.
So what if I look weird afterwards? What if I Jennifer Grey my face? But the pro would be I'm in New York. I'm in a hotel. I have a nurse for the first day, but I could add it if I do more. It's it's the perfect time to recover. Why
no one
parse
will know.
it out?
You're gonna be out. You'll be out doing this, and you won't have to have another time when you do it when you have to pretend something else is happening.
Yeah.
Like this way, it's like it's all secret.
But the safer decision, which is more my speed, would be to do it separately, because there's no harm in doing it separately. It's just inconvenient and more expensive. That's the harm.
I think it's better to do it all at once. For me, it's more about making sure that you are fully comfortable with the decision to do it at all. It's not about doing it concurrently with another surgery. It's more just like make sure that this is what you want to do.
Well, but the result is what I want. I just don't know if this is how I want to get there, but I don't think there's another way to get there. Like, that's the issue, is that if I like, sure, I don't like all this, I point to my face. But I was not entertaining a facelift yet.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like trying to figure out, is there a way that I can, like, is this like not exactly it's not exactly a facelift. It's like something a little bit different, but it is. But it's like a mini lift.
The problem is, like, when we were growing up, a friend of mine's mom got a facelift. Facelifts in the late 80s were a whole different ballgame. Like, that was an intense, like, you take the whole
like
face.
A face transplant.
Yeah, it's that movie Face Off. Like,
Yes.
they just remove the face and then staple it back on. Like, it was intense. Like, literally staples in her scalp, like, all over.
This is deeply upsetting.
Yeah, but that's not what this is.
But
at
what
all.
if I look weird and different? And what if I walk in the house after I return and the kids are like
Scream?
afraid to look at me?
They scream in horror.
Yeah, because I look different.
Because you have buttons on your eyes.
They're reading Coraline, which is such a fucking dark book. No, truly, what if they can't? Because that's how I was. You're crackling. I was like, if one thing's different. Did my mic just go out?
No.
I mean, did my headphones go out? Like, if one thing's different, then I couldn't really look at the person. I was like friends with / dating. I think I was more friends with, but I thought I wanted to be dating this guy, and he was a big David Lynch fan. It wasn't you. And he
Sounds
dressed
like a great guy.
up like a character from, what's the one with Laura Dern? Sailor Moon?
Wild at Heart.
Yeah. Is there a guy in that that has
Nick
weird
Cage?
teeth? No.
Willem Dafoe's character.
Yes, I think so. And he like got prosthetic gums
Jesus.
and teeth.
Are you fucking serious?
And I could barely, I was a grown up and I could like,
Why?
I don't know. I could
Was
barely.
this for Halloween or
Yeah,
just...
for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
I could barely look at him. He looked so different and it creeped me
Yeah,
out.
it's a creepy character.
I can't do creepiness. So I don't want to traumatize my children.
I don't think you'll look like Willem Dafoe in Wild at Heart. So I feel like that's safe.
I don't know.
Honey, here's the thing.
Let me just say this.
You're not famous enough for
The Jennifer Grey
for the
effect.
Jennifer Grey effect to matter.
It's literally what the doctor told me today when I talked to him. I had a couple quick follow-up questions. He said it in a kinder way, but I said, I'm just worried about the Jennifer Grey effect. And he said, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not known for your nose, right? And I'm like, well, my husband doesn't think it's the defining feature of my face at all.
That's interesting.
And then he said, except for a few A-list actresses who are known for one feature, I think people are just going to think you look great.
Like Zellweger got the I think she got the blef, and she doesn't look anything like herself anymore because she had her hooded eyes, or that was kind of the squinty eyes was her thing.
I don't think I know what I look like is part of it. Like, I always thought before I knew I was Jewish, people would tell me I looked Jewish, and I did. I was like, I don't see it, because to me there's a certain Jewishy look about a face, and then I'm like, oh no, I do have that look.
Yeah, you just don't rub your hands together and you go.
Not that I do that in private.
Right.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
Let's say I do have that Jewishy look about my face, and when I change my nose, that goes away. Have I changed the fundamental? Will I no longer look
Jewish.
like myself?
You're no longer, according to Judaism, you're no longer Jewish.
Will I no longer? No, I have my mom's nose. I'm fine. Well, I'm just kidding. She had a small nose, actually. That so lucky. If I do look Jewish, and the thing that makes me look Jewish is my nose, but it's also my lips a little bit, but it's my nose, and I change my nose and I no longer look Jewish, will I no longer look like myself? That is the question. Okay, Elliot is ready for you. So I'm going to let you go.
Ready for me to do what?
Go in the house and help him.
Oh, okay.
He needs his costume as well. So
What time does he have to be there?
4:30.
Okay.
We're fine. So could you go in, say goodbye to everyone, and I'll finish the show myself.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he texted saying he's ready.
Okay. Bye, Ann.
Bye, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. So anyway, guys, I am really going back and forth. I think a lot of it has to do with I don't think I'm the kind of person who would do something like this, which has been a battle for me throughout this whole process. And I think it's why it's significant that I waited till my parents died to get a nose job. Because I'm not, we are not the kind of family who does plastic surgery. Plastic surgery is shallow. This thought of like, what if I died on the table? And I have kids. Like, should I be doing something so vain? Everyone's assured me I won't die on the table of a fancy New York doctor's operating table. But didn't Joan Rivers get an endoscopy in New York and die? I have to find out the details of that. I think that I would be happy with the result, but it feels impulsive, which I am not. And my normal decision-making process would be to research it a lot, to meet with different doctors. But, if this idea had come up 3 months ago, what would I decide? I don't know. But I'm really unhappy when if I don't like the outcome, I'm going to feel like, oh, I'm someone who gets upset over a haircut. Like they cut too much. Guys, am I about to launch myself into a colossal depression and identity crisis? So for that reason, maybe I should just do my nose, but I know I'm going to do my nose and then I'm just going to be like, okay, now what about this part of my face? But then I could do it at that point, but it is a whole extra thing. And Daniel was like, oh, you would go back to New York for this? And I'm like, well, if I like the doctor. Anyway, by the time you hear this, I will have already had to make my decision because I need to let them know by the end of the day tomorrow, basically, because if I am going to add this, it makes for they have to shuffle the surgery schedule a little bit. So I am going to do more research, think about it more, sleep on it. In fish news, I've gotten some new decorations for the tank. They're just terracotta, terracotta pots that you put flowers in. Those people use those in fish tanks a lot. And then I also bought 2 pots that look like those, but they're specifically for fish tanks. And they have a flat bottom, so it looks like a buried pot or something. And I was putting those in the tanks, and I was thinking, like, I can't wait till this face stuff is behind me. I would like to just be done with this now. In which direction, I don't know. But I'm tired of this. And I bet you are too. I would like to thank everyone a lot for listening. You guys are the best. Thank you. Check out the Patreon news show. Thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Alison Rosen show?